All right, y'all. This the tea y'all need to know about the press conference. And I just had to hit my Jake. So, Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump have a meeting today. Nobody knows what this meeting about. They're supposed to be negotiating some type of peace deal. Vladimir Putin, hold on. This is one of the most talked about, advertised, inquired about press conferences of the week, okay? Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump pull up in Alaska around 3 o'clock. We watch Donald Trump leave. We see Vladimir Putin plane pull up to Alaska. They both get off the plane. The summit is at an army base. So the name of the summit, that's what they've been calling it. It's a meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin that's supposed to be helping settle things with Ukraine. They named the summit the Pursuing Peace Summit, and they held it at an army base in Alaska. They pull up. So first, you should know that yesterday the agenda was Donald Trump and Putin meeting, and then Donald Trump and Putin and their advisors, and then a press conference. Today, as they're on Air Force One, they announced that the agenda has changed. It'll be Donald Trump and his advisors meeting with Putin and his advisors, and then, bro, I just thought about what they were talking about in that room. Like, oh my God, like Satan meets Sataner. Anyways. Okay. So Putin and Trump meet with their cabinet, or they right men. And then Putin and Trump came out and spoke to the press. They did not take any questions. Putin spoke first. Putin just talked about his relationship with Trump, and he just commended him on being an amazing guy. He talked about politics. I just did a post where he said if Donald Trump would have been president, that the war on Ukraine would have never happened. He said that's true. I posted that where his translator is saying that for him. He made a joke. He was just like, I'm happy to see you alive. And I'm sure Trump said the same to him. And then that was pretty much it. He said, I'm happy we had some good positive talks. And I think that we're on to something. That's literally all he said. Nothing more, nothing less. Trump got on, spoke for like 3 minutes, the shortest I ever seen Trump speak in my whole life. He was just like, yeah, that's my guy. I told you that was my guy. I already knew Russia wasn't doing nothing. So, like, it was just refreshing to see my guy again. It's been so long. And then Vladimir Putin was like, maybe next time you come to Russia. And Trump was like, I don't know about that. And they got off the stage swiftly. And I understand why, because that was a very dangerous, they really couldn't be there for too long. It was very high profile, very, very rah-rah, very, he got the people watching. So that was the press conference. That was the day. That was what happened. I think that I see how Donald Trump, even though he still shook his hand in the same way, I see how he acts with Putin, and I think he's a little bit afraid of Putin. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that Putin is a psychopath murderer. Like, he just kills children for fun because he doesn't get his way. So you kind of got to do what he say do. And I also think by him coming out here saying that Donald Trump would have definitely stopped the war, I was like, is this a part of the negotiations? Like, you got to say this. Will you go out here and say this for me? If you go out here and say this for me, I'll let you take 60 whatever with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, but that's the tea you need to know about this big press conference. And they didn't take any questions. That was interesting. Donald Trump said he's going to make some calls. But I say, I don't know, because he said if the meeting goes long, nothing goes wrong. But if it's short, we abort. You get what I'm saying? So it was medium. So what? So how do we read this? And he really didn't tell us nothing that he doing. And that's really crazy. He did all of that, and we have no clue what they talked about. We don't know what the fuck they doing. We don't know what the fuck they agreed on. We don't know what the fuck is going to happen. So, if you're looking for a summation of the press conference, we don't know what the fuck what's going on.